How can you create an intentional engineering career? I believe that being intentional in your life and in your career is one of the most important decisions and actions that you can take. And so in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips how to do it and explain what being intentional is all about. Let's jump into it. Okay, so what does it mean to be an intentional engineer? The word intentional is something that's very powerful. It means that you're taking ownership and deciding what you want to do and who you want to become, right? This takes a lot of effort to create clarity around what that is, to set those goals and those intentions around who you want to become, and then it takes the effort to go make that a reality. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 tips on how you can be more intentional as you build your life and your career. So number 1, take some time to step back and reflect. What are your values? What are your interests, the things that you really enjoy doing? What are your goals? Are there passions that you really want to engage in or causes you want to contribute to or that you really care about? What do you want to achieve in your career? What are your strengths and weaknesses? The strengths that you can really lean into and leverage in big ways, the weaknesses that maybe you need to shore up or find ways to mitigate, right? Once you have reflected on some of these questions, you'll have a better understanding of yourself and can start to think about the kind of life and career that you want to create. This is just the beginning. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just spend some time writing some things down or reflecting or meditating on this to get started on the intentions of who you want to become and the kind of career that you want to create. Number 2 is to do your research. Now, for engineers especially, there's so many options available for where you can take your career. Just in the mechanical engineering industry, you can go into manufacturing, you can be related in software, you can be related in robotics, you can be in design, you can be in construction. There's so many different ways, and that's not even to mention all the different types of engineering disciplines that you can be a part of. There's so many career paths that are possible and are available to you, but that means that you need to look through them, do some research to decide the ones that may be the right fit for you and that you want to consider. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to have every step mapped out. It just means that you're starting on this process of doing the research to maybe talk to people, get to know different industries, do some research on the industries and the big players, the companies and the organizations in them. Have some informational interviews to ask people what they like and they don't like about their careers, attend industry events, get connected with some online resources, and learn more about what these options are, because the more exposure you have, the more you can then make the decision to figure out where you want to focus your time and effort and move forward with the things you want to learn and the things you want to try out as you move forward in your career. Number 3, start setting specific goals. Now, these can be things that you want to achieve. Maybe these are goals around things you want to learn or just things you want to get exposure in. But having goals is a way of having an intention, right? This is saying, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to accomplish. And usually within a timeline. This can be within a few months, within a year, within a few years. Especially if there's something like getting a degree or something like that, right? But having goals that you're reaching towards are ways of setting that intention, because then when you have that goal, you can create the action plan to actually take the actions and the steps you need to actually accomplish those goals. But if you don't have goals, you're unlikely to actually be moving towards something that you really want. You're just going to let life come to you and be quite reactive around how you live your life. And number 4, after you've set those goals, then we need to obviously take that action. Once you know what you want, once you know what you want to try, once you know what you're striving to achieve, it's time to start taking that action. You don't have to have everything figured out. In fact, one of my favorite quotes is by someone by the name of Philip McKernan. He says, "In the absence of clarity, take action." If you don't know exactly what you're trying to get to, at least take action, which will help you learn things that you don't know and get exposure, because if we just stay stagnant, we're not going to be making any progress in any direction. We're certainly not going to be learning, right? So this might mean taking more action to network with more people, to maybe take the action to update your resume because you want to get a new potential job opportunity, to have a conversation with your boss about a different role that you might consider, or what would it look like to progress in your career toward a promotion or the next level of responsibility. Whatever that is, you need to take action that is going to drive you towards those end goals. So look for those actions that you can take and start moving towards them. And finally, number 5 is to be patient. This active intention and creating a life and a career that we want doesn't mean it's all going to happen in a day or in a moment or even in 1 year. It's a process that we engage in over the course of our lives. So be patient. It takes time and effort to achieve big goals. And don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep taking the steps, keep learning things, and keep finding ways to tweak your goals and your intentions and your aspirations, because you're not going to know everything up front. It's a process of iteration and trial and error so that we steadily become and iterate towards becoming the people that we want to become. My name is Jeff Perry, and I'm a leadership and career development expert that I love helping engineers and technology professionals learn how to be more intentional in their lives and their careers. These are just a few of the tips that I've learned, but I would love to share more with you and engage with you to help you build the career and life that you love. Please reach out, let's connect, and I look forward to talking soon.